Hi, I'm Ron, and welcome to PopScicle, where I talk about popular culture, science, and everything in between. This is a reaction episode to episode 6 of Gaya sa Pelikula. Now, just some hours before this episode started, the writer, Juan Miguel Severo, released an announcement of sorts, which kind of made fans of the series a bit nervous. So, yeah, we're kind of worried, but also of course excited because of how the episode last week ended, and you know how it ended. That almost kiss between our two lead characters. And now with that message from the writer, we don't really know what to expect. Are we in for a heartbreak in this episode? Probably he was setting us up to expect the worst so that we wouldn't end up hating him in the series for breaking our hearts. But anyway, it's about to start. So I'm going to end my introduction here and let's watch it together.
Sandali nga. Okay ka lang ba? Bakit? Eh, wait mo kasi sa naman ng birthday mo.
You remember the joke? Meow.
Ay makikita nila yung bangkay ng mga doon sa aparador. So ikaw, magkagustuhan mo daw si Vlad?
Okay. Sandali no. Tsaka confident naman. Ikaw na magligpit yan.
Carl.
Ba't ganyan ka maglakad?
Bakit nga ba?
May nararamdaman ka ba? Uy, huwag ka na maarte. Hindi ka naman mahina to. Ang tulo ko. Sige na.
The back of your hand.
Nandiyan ka pa. Do you wanna talk about it? About what? The dance. The dance? The dance.
Mama ang maang.
Ano meron? Alas di ka na bumaba ng kwarto after nun eh. Tapos, ayaw mo pa ako sa mga kumain. Okay ka lang. Sige na, alis ka na. Masakit na ulo ko. Carl, nagsayaw lang tayo. Okay? Doesn't have to mean anything, you know? So you can stop making me feel like a regret now. Ano ang iisip mo? Hindi, kasi... Dali lang ah. Makatuloy. Dali lang.
Storbo. Ano ba yan?
I know, right? I miss you too.
I wish I could say the same.
Where was I? Oh, right. So ayun na nga. So I was telling Mom, it's different this time.
Drop the
I
accent.
saw them together. They're so cute, so in love. And Carl is such a sweet boy. But you really are, Carla. Fairness to you. And grabe your lashes. Look na ba online?
Cut to the chase, ate.
She's so happy for you, Vlad. Mom is so happy for you. And di ba sabi ko naman sa'yo, wala naman siyang issue with you being gay. Ang issue niya, doon sa ex mo duwag.
Sana sinabi niya sa akin, diba?
But spoiler alert, she will. Tonight, we will have dinner with Carl. Already made reservations, pero mauuna na lang tayo din kasi si Mom kasi na-stuck pa sa office, but she will be there.
Wait lang po, ate.
Isn't it exciting? Diba? Meeting the biyanan! And also, Carl, Mom is also asking for your parents' numbers and address. Please, para naman mabigyan ka namin ng late Christmas presents for you being boyfriend to my brother, letting him stay here with you.
Hindi po kami ate.
Huh?
Pinatuloy ko lang po dito sa Plaza. Wala po akong pangkain. Huwag niyo sabihin kayo na Papa, please. Hindi po ako. Ate.
Wait lang.
Ate, di kasi...
How could you lie to me? Okay. Now, Vlad, tell me how to convince someone that you are deserving to be left alone, that you are capable of making mature decisions on your own, when you apparently paid someone to pose as your boyfriend using my money. I don't even pay for my men!
Ate, kaya ko namang bayaran yung...
Hindi! Isa ka ba? Pinagsamantala niyo yung kahinaan ko.
Ate, bagong taon naman na...
Hindi! Wala magbabago taon!
Tama naman.
Like she was so excited to meet him. Let's go. Oh, bakit? You can come back for your things some other time. We have to talk. Total, nandito ka lang naman para makapagbayad siya ng renta. Di ba? Eh, nakapagbayad na siya. So you have no reason to stay here. Right, Carl? Right? I'm taking you home.
Di usong ilaw.
Hoy, sa wakas! Sumagot ka din! Hoy, Carl, nga pala. May ipapakita ako sa'yo. Kamusta ka pala na? Marapit na ang enrollment, ha? Lumabas na ba yung grades mo nung first sem?
Yun nga po eh. Ma, sorry. May mga dos po ako.
Naku!
Ay,
Ano ba?
kawawa naman, may
Okay
dos.
lang yun na. Hindi naman masama yun eh.
Pero pa, may mga bago po akong kliyente. $7 per hour.
Ghostwriting. Gusto daw po nila yung mga sinusulat ko. Magaling daw po ako magsulat.
Talaga? Ayan pa, magkano na yun. Ayan.
Kaya lang, ghostwriting kaya hindi ako nakikredit eh.
Nahanap mo to, naalala mo to? Ha? Ilan taon ka na nito? Kasi okay lang yun.
Hindi naman po ako yung nag-drawing yan pa. Si Kuya po.
Isang brother.
Bale, sa susunod na tawag ko, papakita ko yung mga drawing mo para ma-inspire ka naman sa gagawin mong dream house natin.
Pangarap niya.
Ano yun?
Read the
Ayoko
room.
na po mag-architecture pa. Gusto ko na po mag-shift.
Sandali.
Go, Carl.
Humihina kaya yung head natin. Sandali.
Ayoko na po maging arkitekto. Mag-shift na po ako.
Bakit na? Nahihirapan ka na ba?
Hindi ma. Hindi lang po ako masaya.
Hindi masaya? Trabaho yan, Nak, di ba? Kailangan pa ba masaya?
Oh my God.
Gusto ko ng trabaho, gugustuhin ko pa rin kahit hindi na ako masaya.
Paano yung dream house?
Pinangarap ko lang naman yun dahil pangarap niyo eh. Pwede ko pa rin naman magawa yun kahit di ako nasa architecture.
Sandali nga. Ano ba yung sinasabi mo? Pinipilit ka ba namin?
Eh, hindi naman sa ganun pa.
Not in so many words.
Anak, saan mo gustong lumipat?
Gusto ko pong magsulat. Gusto ko pong magpelikula.
Sus Mariosep, showbiz? Ano ba yung pumasok sa utak mo? Bakit yan? Alam mo, umuwi ka na nga muna pag-usapan natin.
Magtiwala ka sa desisyon ko, okay? Hindi naman ako malulunod dito eh. Kaya hayaan mo ako, please.
Bakit, Frederick?
You were his favorite, you know.
Ano?
Vlad, whether it's dad or your ex or Carl, please remember that you're worth staying for. Okay?
Wow. That's rich coming from you.
Huh?
Yan. Babakla-bakla ka kasi. Hindi tuloy tayo ni Dad. Don't you remember? Bigyan mo ng magpanggap na lalaki. Talented yan, kaso bakla. Sayang kasi bakla. Why would you say that to a child? So please, stop parroting fake ally speeches. If you hate us, just be upfront.
Vlad, I was a kid too. Okay. I didn't know then what I know now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not apologizing sooner. But I'm saying sorry now. Sorry. Vlad, mahal kita, okay? I know I can be too much sometimes, imposing even. Pero hindi ko lang kasi talaga alam na how to get to you. I know I'm not a perfect ally. I'm still navigating through this. But I'm still your only sister. And no matter how you fuck up, I'm still going to be your sister. Capish? No, ma. Atawin niyo po kami.
Hello, ma'am. Saan ako nakakwento pag uwi ko? Sorry. Bye.
Brush against the sand, then again I never learned. Only that move for now the heat's gone off the arms.
Uy,
Boy,
Bakit?
sure kang hindi ka uwi. Sabado ako mag-art film eh. Ikaw bahala pumili. Siya ang kontra. Promise.
No? Pangalan mo naman, yun lang ba?
Good.
Okay. Bye.
Baby, I just believe in the words you say. Promises just not out.
Hindi ka nag-lag. Hindi ko naintindihan. Nakapapag-usap. Nakapagsama. Kung hindi ako tuloy-ito, wala ako.
My heart still is yours. I tried so hard not to love, but I felt anyway. Kept away the pain that I was scared of. Maybe I was afraid I would lose you painfully. And you tell me every day otherwise. So in time I believe, maybe you promise it drowned out all those other noises. Convince me we last forever. We were crazy, true, don't love. I didn't want to lose you last. Anyway, didn't want to lose you. I pushed you away. I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want to lose you.
That him or his brother?
Anna is in the UK next weekend. I should go.
Yeah. Kasunod sila ni Carl.
Ed, stop the car.
Madam?
I said stop the car. Okay.
Huh?
Ako na mag-explain kay Mama. We have the weekend, kaya sulitin mo na. Kung masaktan ka ulit, saka na natin problemahin. Basta ngayon, magmahal ka na muna.
Go, Judith. Wait, ang layo. Ang layo na nila. Comment na lang siya.
Just other things.
Go, girl. This is gonna end. Oh, I love the song. Freedom, peaceful. Good for you, Karen.
Took a morning ride to the place where you and I were supposed to meet. Sitting on the stairwell wall, my thoughts are spinning on and on my head, it seems. They lead me back to
Did you run all the way from... Sabagay, the car was moving very slowly, so...
Took a morning ride, found a place up in my mind no one else can see. Maybe it's fate that we lose control. In circles around we go. We become who we ought to know. We just gotta let it go. We just gotta let it go. So I'm coming back to you. All I need, the very air I breathe. Oh, 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 oh. Just a morning ride, gotta leave this all behind. For you is where I want to be. Maybe it's fate that we can't control. We can go round and round it goes. All that we seem to know, we just gotta let it go. We just gotta let it go. So I'm coming home to you. All I need, baby, I breathe. Oh, 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 oh. I found a way home. I found a way home.
I can touch it singing.
I found a way home. I found a way home. I found a way home. So I'm coming home to How did I?
Aksidente. Sabi ni Papa, matututoy lang mga yung bata kapag di mo tinatapon sa malalim. Kaso, hindi nila ng tansya yung taas ng alon. Nalingat lang sila ng konti. Sana si Kuya. Pagdala nila kay Kuya sa pangpangkulin eh. They had me a year after. Tapos sa'yo, pinamahan na yung mga damit, punan, mga laruan, tulong pangarap, pangalan. Siyempre lang hilig mag-drawing ng bahay. I'm just living this life for it. Grabe si General Palito. Kalaban ko, discovered potential ng patay. Alam mo, parang hindi ikaw yung dito sa sarili mong buhay. Kaya yung parang John's character ka. Kahit si Joros or si Ketchup yung mga na. Para lang effect. Natay yung pelikula. Sulat yung script eh. Kataon lang na ikaw yung available kaya ikaw yung nakuha. Gets mo ba?
Yeah. What do you think?
Hindi nga. Norman, haba nun ha. Dali na.
Sige. Ito, para may visual aid din.
Kumuha mo siya.
It's her favorite photo together. You know that joke they say na yung panganay lang yung conceived out of love, and then the rest are either just because they're bored or horny. Well, medyo nakasama. Si Ate, it was conceived out of love. Kuya was conceived out of lust. And ako, I was conceived to save the marriage. I was made aware of it. And my mom would always say it stinks to me that we're still a family. I took pride in it. You know, I was the household prince. I was Dad's favorite. Minsan nga nag-aaway pa sila ni Mom because kawawa naman daw yung iba kong siblings eh. O, diba? But then one day, I came home from school and I was telling Dad about this boy, my seatmate. I don't know why, but I was just so happy because I've been again sa akin ng papa niya. Imagine I was just 6. I didn't even have the word for it yet. Aga? Yeah. Yun yung first time na pinalo na ako. I mean, don't get me wrong, I now doubt it's because of that. Lalo na't nag-aaway rin naman na sila mommy before that pa. Pero as a kid, I couldn't help but think that maybe that was it. On my 7th birthday, my mom pushed for me to have a party. Never mind that it was Jesus' birthday or whatever. All my friends came, she invited everyone. And then in the middle of the magic show, Dad dragged his luggage across. never looked back. Then he came back.
Hindi mo siya napala.
Well, he did this.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's sort of funny though. Dito ka, feeling mo you're just serving somebody else's purpose. Yet here I am, feeling like I already failed serving mine, saving my marriage. That day we left.
Sure kung okay ka na sa'yo.
Yeah, binigyan ko ng chance mo. Ikaw, paano kung ayaw na mag-shift?
Pipilitin ko sila. Dad, gusto mo magsulat ng mga pelikula. Gusto mo masasabi mo sa akin. Ano?
Kasi, I don't want to be in charge of the ending.
Yun na eh. Okay, so let's talk about that episode. A lot happened. Juan Miguel Severo, mapanlin lang ka. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who thought that we'd be heartbroken by the end of this episode, or we'd feel really bad. What was that for? Was that really meant to mislead us? Well, you succeeded, good sir. Who knew that was coming, right? I mean, well, if I'm not mistaken, this is just the third to the last episode, so I guess it was time for that to happen. But the way it happened was cool. That was awesome. Because that scene was essentially Carl taking control of his life. Um, I guess that incident, or that sequence with where he blurted out that they weren't a true couple, blurted out to Judith that they weren't a true couple. That's actually, we can argue that that's where it started. Him taking control of the situation. Um, yes, it was driven by fear, because he blurted that out when Judith said that her and Vlad's parents, or mother, is asking for the contact number of Carl's parents so that they could all talk and come together, and that's what triggered that response from Carl. So it's easy to say that um, and it's a natural response. We can't blame him. I'm glad that Vlad didn't take that against him, because he could have. Some other character would have said, you didn't even try to, you know, fight for fight for the fake relationship. Um, but it was, I guess it was time for the truth to be revealed, and again, I think that's part of Carl taking control, because right after that he had the courage to talk to his parents and declare that he's no longer going to do architecture, and he's going to pursue his love for film. And we see that sequence where he's dancing to that wonderful song by Ben and Ben, one of my favorite bands. Um, and it's a dance of pure joy and elation and freedom. It's a moment that I would wish for myself, and I would wish for everyone that I care for, that we'd have that moment to dance around and celebrate being free to be who we are. And there was him taking ownership of him and his desire to take film, but ultimately also, taking control of his desires, not just for film, but for Vlad. And I don't know if he probably didn't realize that right away. Although that conversation with Vlad over the phone, where he uh, when the conversation ended, he was whispering, "Vlad, umuwi ka na. Please come home." I'm sure he was realizing at that time, and he was accepting already that he really felt strongly for Vlad. But it was at that moment when they were dancing together, and he took control. He seized the moment. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. He seized the moment and went there. Went there. Right. So it was a very good kiss as far as BL series kisses go. Um, and even without kissing, those two have had an undeniable chemistry from the get go, from the very beginning, and um, that was carried across in that kiss, which was a pretty good kiss. Now, at the start of the episode, Judith interrupted a conversation that they would have had early on about Carl's feelings. Um, and you may have seen, if you had watched that part of my reaction video, you'd have seen me making faces at Judith's entrance and Judith's dialogue. And I even said at one point, drop the accent. Because, yes, I do get that it's an affectation. And that's pretty obvious, especially in the series when she drops all pretenses, when she finds out the truth, and she drops the accent. And this is something similar to what happened 2 episodes ago when she and Carl, or 2 or so episodes ago, when she and Carl were having a heart to heart about Vlad, and again she dropped all pretenses at that moment and dropped the accent, and so I get what the accent is for. It's just a response, a personal response from me, where I don't like the accent, but I get what it is for. And at the end of that scene, and then of course throughout the episode, she does show that she is an ally. She may not have been a very good one, not an ally at all at first during their childhood, but she has been trying to make up for it, and she did, as she said, just ally things near the end of the episode. And so Jorge Judith, and I can see how good the actress is, and I like where the character went. Uh, there's guilt there. I think I've seen that from a few episodes ago. There is guilt there that she's trying to make up for in how she has been treating her brother, and I'm happy to see that she's making up for it, and she's being the ally and sister and friend to not only Vlad but to Carl that they both need. And so that's a happy thing. Now, the other part of the episode that I'd like to talk about is that scene where Carl and his father have an argument about him deciding finally to give up architecture and going for film. And if you had seen that part of the video, you would have seen again my expressions being my very very strong negative reactions to that. Let me tell you where that's coming from. I've been teaching biology for the last 15 or so years, uh, which is, as you all know, traditionally a pre-medicine program. And I have had my fair share of students who were forced by their parents to go into a pre-med course against their will. They wanted something else, but they were being forced by their parents, and their parents broke no arguments. They weren't allowed to pursue their dreams, whatever those were, to the point that they were even forced to go to med school. Um, and I've never liked that. I've never respected that. Um, Especially when there was this student who even had a nervous breakdown because he was just forcing himself to go through biology, even if he was miserable, just because his parents wanted him to. And it took that nervous breakdown for his parents to finally relent and allow him to pursue something else. If that hadn't happened, they would have just forced him, continued forcing him to go through pre-med. And I can't imagine myself as a parent doing that ever to a child. I can't understand. Judge me or whatever, I don't really care. But I don't understand the mentality of any parent who forces his or her child to pursue a career that he or she strongly feels against just to satisfy something. I mean, yes, most parents want it for the benefit of their child because they think medicine or law or some other similar career would mean success for their child. But come on, it's not just that. As you may think they're just being practical and I'm not being practical. I can't be all about happiness, but can't be all about work and earning and income also. Uh, you you Even if you're earning a lot, if you're miserable, of course, yeah, you can learn to love something, but then it's something. So you can see I'm struggling to find the words for the feeling that I have about it, but I do feel very strongly about it. Um, and so I always feel happy when in the rare instances or in the common instances when I do hear of a student being able to break free and convince his or her parents to let him or her pursue what he or she wants to, which is not common, sadly. Um, so yeah, that particular part really got me, um, and so I rejoiced a lot when Carl was able to uh, voice that out, and I he could have handled it better at the end, especially, but he was carried away by emotions, and so I could understand, and I'm sure they'd be able to patch it up, or at least I hope they'd be able to patch it up. Um, at least the mother seems to be more open, I guess. So, the last few sequences of the episode were, of course, what most fans of series like this are waiting for, that the couple finally, you know, taking ownership of what they have, of the feelings that they have for each other, and opening up to each other about each other's past, about each other's issues. Carl feeling that he's not a major player in his own story. He's just a supporting character. He's just being swept along. He's not free to. Um, he's not. He doesn't have self agency. And then Vlad being a subject of his circumstances from childhood and growing up feeling that he wasn't cared for enough and that he was just fulfilling some purpose that he was thrust into without involuntarily, and so them coming together at the end on those common things that they have. It's a beautiful moment to behold, and I'm excited to see where the last episodes will go. I'm wishing for a happy ending. I hate sad endings, and nowadays in this COVID situation, I think we deserve just happy endings. Because happy endings don't have to be corny. Happy endings can be very fulfilling and very glorious as long as it's done properly. And I think the director and the writer and the cast have shown us enough for us to have faith that they will carry this out well. But let's all hope for a happy ending in the last few episodes. So that's my reaction video to Gaya sa Pelikula episode 6. I'll be with you all the way to the last episode of this great series. And I hope you're all excited. If you liked what you saw and heard, don't forget to subscribe to PopSicle so that you may be alerted to new content. See you again soon!